Alright, what is... Amateurs can block the impact of underwater currents. Well... Which... doesn't even lead anywhere. What is your purpose in life, sir? Anywho. Coming through. Thank you. Don't know what the purpose of blocking that is either. Are you really going to function underwater? I don't... Mechs and water don't really go together. Helps if I hit the right interact button. No, he's dead. He's dead. That must have been his past life. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. I don't need to. I got it just fine. 10,000 more. Which is better than your 100 more you gave me before. Okay, so we've got a vent of some kind over there. And pretty much nothing else. Okay. What's the point of the vent? That treasure chest is locked. It has something to do with the vents, but I'm not quite sure what. Rude. Ah. Well, am I supposed to like block, grab it, and then shoot it back? I don't remember how this works. Oh god, I'm never gonna find it. High pressure water vent? No, that's not it. Fantastic floating ball? No. Bullet barnacles. A dangerous underwater life form that can fire energy bolts at nearby characters. Holding down the armored shield can allow it to absorb attacks and release them as energy bolts, giving your attackers taste of that. That's what I thought. I'm trying to hold it. Hold up, let me just back up. Maybe I'm too close. Got it. I didn't even see my map that it was there. My timing was just off, I think. Yeah, I see you, bro. Shaking that ass. Yeah. Oh, but I don't have a key. Oh, that wasn't for a key. Well, that's great and all, but this just doesn't help this problem here. Oh, hi. I don't know if I have to kill you to get this. I'm terribly sorry if I don't. Actually, I'm terribly sorry if I do as well. Yep, that was it. Sorry. Ooh, there's a viewpoint through here. Viewpoint, waypoint, Jesus, one of these words. Look, Assassin's Creed's kind of screwed me over. There are viewpoints in Assassin's Creed, and that was one of the first games where you had these points where you discovered them to fast travel in the world, and I've just been scarred ever since my first Assassin's Creed game. Everything's a damn viewpoint to me. So I always call them viewpoints, even though they're waypoints. I do it in every single game game that has a similar function. And I apologize, but it's just the brain was introduced to them as viewpoints, and I can't handle them as anything else. How unfortunate. It seems the path forward lies behind this door. Anyway, I'll go up and have a look. We'll go up to maybe this treasure. No, we won't go up. We'll just go. What? There are cameras down here? Well, they're not going to be functioning anymore. These mechanisms, we ran them to the floor back in the deserts of Sumeru. What would that be? Looks like people from this forum, something Sumeru. Sorry, I was too busy looking at the surroundings. I don't know what you wanted me to do. Something to do with this door. I think I'm just going to go up because I, quite frankly, don't know what they want of me. Ah, wants me to go this way. How about we open that door and proceed onward? Ooh, so this is the forum you were talking about. There's so many books everywhere. They must really have been dedicated to studying and conducting research. Paimon would never have guessed that they were a secret society plotting to overthrow the government of Fontaine. As the saying goes, dear Paimon, knowledge is power. Oh my god, your eyebrows, sir. Your eyebrows! Why are they so light? And like the wrong tone, the wrong shade. Ugh. I'm just going to ignore those monstrosities on your face. It doesn't even match your skin color because you're very pink toned. Oh, it's gross. This is especially true for the Lilia Crucis Forum. You should understand that with great knowledge comes great power. With great power comes great responsibility. And once great power is yours to command, there will only be one path left to you. To grab even more power. No? Paimon doesn't think that logic really holds water. Ha, get it? Because we're near the water. But you're local, not Paimon. So Paimon will trust that you know what you're talking about and leave it at that. Why is she quibbling? It seems so unnecessary. And what was the camera change? They seem to have been researching some amazing things though, and we've already seen plenty of stuff that obviously isn't from here on the way. Why is the traveller all like hands on waist? These things are pretty annoying. Last time we saw them was, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what we're looking at. What are we Am I missing something? Do you mean the triangular machines? Because they're the only thing that's familiar to me so far. If you're talking about something else, I don't know what you're talking about. Well, knowing their extensive resources, it couldn't have been too hard for them to get their hands on those kinds of things. After all, this is a fabulously wealthy Lilia Crucis Forum we're talking about here. But we've also explored a lot of domains and seen far more than our fair share of cool things during our adventures. Is that so? Then I presume you've also found a lot of treasure. You presume correctly. How fascinating. I mean, what a terrific achievement. I expected nothing less from the two of you. It's too bad that this place is completely flooded. It really feels like a lot happened here, and then they make a lot of important discoveries. The water levels of Fontaine have risen before, and according to the folks at the Fontaine Research Institute, which I still haven't been to, they will rise again in the future. Perhaps one day, all of Fontaine will disappear beneath the waves. I was going to say it's looking that way, but that actually makes no sense, because if it swallows Fontaine, is every piece of land surrounding the island high? We came from the more mountainous region of Sumeru, so that ground level was quite high. But what about the other points around the lake? I just don't know that you can get high enough to swallow Fontaine fully. Unless Fontaine is lower? No, Fontaine seemed pretty level just across. Wow, that'd be terrible. All that delicious food drowned, lost forever. What is with this weird camera swivel they're doing? It's weird. And why is Paimon the center of the screen? Usually either the traveler is the center, even if Paimon's talking, or like they have even space, or they like zoom in so it's just Paimon. This feels weird, having Paimon right in the center like this. Feels bizarre. Anyway, let's hope nothing like that will happen in the future. The future? Who cares about that? I'll be dead long before that, so why should I worry about the people alive that, he has a very good point. What do the people of Fontaine of the future have to do with me? I would pay my respects to my family and friends. After all, they raised me, and have done many things for me. But have the people of the future done anything for you? For me? So what do I owe them? Isn't that right? I don't disagree. That's what I might have said about the issue of flooding if I lacked both patriotism and a sense of civic responsibility. Pretty abominable. Anyway, sorry for digressing. There should be a way to open the door below. Let's take a look around and see if there are any clues or keys. And also, what is with this angle? What is this camera angle? Why are we so zoomed out? I don't understand what's happening in this place. Everything's weird. I'll also try to see if I can find anything in the associated files, my dear friends. My dear friends, bro, I just fucking met you. Don't even try to friend me. Alrighty. I want to go this way. I guess we're going that way anyway. Ah! I thought I was collecting loot. Oh, rip. Ancient log. The assigned assistant doesn't seem very reliable. At the moment, it doesn't look like the power sources of those war machines can be used. Their cores are far too dangerous. I'll get them to seek out other such mysterious machines. No progress worth reporting today. Went out with Anne under the watchful eyes of my adoptive father to look for inspiration at sites where battles took place. Ran into Rene and Jacob. Their assistance doesn't seem reliable. Is that the second time you're saying that? Caused some accidents. Just another obstacle to overcome. This kind of machine with a seemingly arbitrary external form is quite interesting. Research will focus on their power source. Researched prime energy machines. Assistant took the day off. Asked Anne for help. Recommended Rene and Jacob to the director of the institute. Researched prime energy machines. Assistant took the day off. What's wrong with the assistant? Asked Anne for help. Suggested she join the institute, but she wasn't interested. Researched prime energy machines. My assistant still isn't back. I'll go to pay a visit. That's Rene and Jacob's adoptive father with my own adoptive father's help. The supplementary prime energy machines have arrived. Should be able to make progress now. Assistant seems to be in good spirits. Probably just a minor illness. Researched prime energy machines. Rene and Jacob joined the institute. They've been assigned to my project. Field research today. Interesting machine statue. Interesting machine statue? What did I just read? I do not know. Researched prime energy machines. Researched prime energy machines. My adoptive father visited, but I was too busy to host him. Anne scolded me. I'll remember to apologize next time I see him. Researched prime energy machines. Assistant took the day off. Does your assistant even work? On the threshold of a major breakthrough, assistant took the day off. I was too busy to visit. Anne scolded me. I'll go tomorrow. On the threshold of a major breakthrough. Forgot about the visit. I'm sorry. We'll invite everyone to go with me. Took the day off. Assistant took the day off. Went to visit. An idea. A virtual neural network based on a vast quantity of thinking units instead of logic trees. A camera. Researched prime energy machines. Assistant took the day off. Research prime energy machines. Assistant took the day off. Research prime energy machines. Rene and Jacob went to begin conducting their own research today. Assistant took the day off. A breakthrough. Patent application process is too annoying. Forget it. Assistant's condition seems okay. Still a little worried. Considering the gap in medical technology, advised assistant to go to Sumeru. Took the day off. Researching machine kinematics next. Must make a materials list. Visit. 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 They said a bigger lab has been prepared for the kinematic experiments, but I've decided not to move for now. Visit. 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 Been urged to move the lab several times, but if the lab is moved, my assistant might not be able to find it. A pain. Visit. 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 Move my lab. But your assistant won't know what. I hope you left a note for your assistant. Oh, it's bright after reading that dark screen for so long. Poor assistant. God, who got the bad luck of breaking the mirror? Well, I see things. That's you. And that's you. Ah. Why can't they have someone narrate this and just read it to us? It could be literally any voice actor. It doesn't matter. Can they just read it to us? Oh, I yawn so much when I read this game. I don't think I breathe properly. Okay. I was assigned to the same lab. I was nervous at first, since everyone said that he was a child prodigy. Since the disaster, such people are even more precious. What disaster would that be? I thought that since he's a star of the Institute and was recommended by higher-ups, he'd be full of himself, but he's much better than I expected. He's just not especially nice or anything. No obvious symptoms. I made a huge mistake and knocked over an ancient geometry machine that took a lot of effort to bring back from the desert ruins. But then the machine came back to life and messed everything up. Though he's a lot younger than me, he's really smart. I can't believe it's how he managed to tame the machine. Maybe taming isn't the right word? Maybe the other engineers will look down on me for using it, but it really did feel like taming. I know the current clockwork machines pretty well, so I can tell the huge technological gulf between the two. Ignoring structure, if we can't solve the power source problems, then it'll be difficult to make any meaningful progress. But I still have to be careful. I've never seen Alan Alan, welcome. Angry. And I don't want to find out what he looks like when he gets angry. A few minor symptoms have appeared. A few minor symptoms? Oh, this is your assistant. I see. But symptoms of what? You're very vague. Took the day off. I can hardly believe it. Alan came to visit me and even brought his sister. Oh, is Anne his sister? Did I know that? Probably. She's cute and not afraid of strangers. I'm so happy. We discussed the idea of a thinking machine based on gems and tape circuits. I used the word disgust, but actually I just said things like, oh, or that's really amazing, or how will you do that, whenever he paused. I didn't make it, oh, I thought you meant with the sister. Oh, with Alan. Okay. He was really into it though, and he behaved very differently than he usually does in the lab. His little sister is probably way smarter than me, a research assistant. I guess it isn't that boring when it flares up, but I wanted to return to the Institute to help as soon as I can. I guess it isn't that boring when it flares up. What flares up? When what flares up? I'm very confused. Additional machines got here. The previous ones are no longer usable since they were completely dismantled. But it did clear up a lot of things, at least according to him. Something about it being driven by the elements and the ley lines, but we can't recreate it with our current level of industrial precision and material science. I helped with compiling the report, but there's so much I couldn't understand. Apparently, lots of people are secretly unhappy that Alan has more research resources than them. But if you ask me, everyone's smarter than me, and they should all get along. That way we can make the world a better place. My sister said that some of their friends are joining the Institute. I'm looking forward to meeting them. No obvious symptoms. Join the lab as new partners, but now I'm even more confused by their conversations. Why is it I can understand every word on its own, but once I string them all together, I can't make heads or tails of it? Jacob is really the only one even close to being on the same level as me. I feel ashamed just writing that, as an adult looking for reassurance from a child as young as Jacob. I feel like I've lost all the self-respect that an adult should have. Based on their research on prime energy machinery, seems like they decided to adopt this name, Alan and Renee are thinking about trying to use the characteristics of Usha and Numa to construct a new kinetic core. A few minor symptoms. Are you the only one having these symptoms, by the way? You know what? I don't even know your name. I may have made a contribution. Well, maybe. I went on a picnic with Alan, his sister, Renee, and Jacob. Interesting that you keep calling her his sister, but you never name her. It's very odd. It was technically supposed to be field research, but the idea came from Alan's sister and me. We thought they didn't have any life at all outside of their research, so we asked the Institute's director to arrange something. Petrichor is quite boring, but the scenery is quite nice, since you can see the great waterfall. I brought a camera from the Institute to take photos for them. I hope there are more outings like this in the future, so I can take more photos of his sister especially. After all, Alan is always working and can't be with his sister as she grows up, so these photos will come in handy later when he regrets not spending much time with her. Then he'll be able to see how she was at different times, and it won't sting so much. If only my family had enough money for a camera and things didn't go wrong, I'm sure my mum would have taken lots of photos of me. Renee and Jacob like Alan's sister a lot too. When the four of them hang out, she sometimes acts like an older sister to them, despite being the youngest. It's a really interesting dynamic. Seem to be interested in the ruins and the stone statues here. Renee also mentioned something about a troop and seals. Even though we went out there to have a bit of fun for once, they were still thinking about research. No obvious symptoms. Took the day off. Alan's sister came to see me with Jacob. Alan and Renee couldn't make it because of their experiment is at a critical stage. They didn't have to tell me any of that though. After all, with my limited ability, I was able to help them at all. It was really fulfilling. I need to drink some water. I heard that Alan and the Institute's director came to see me, separately, while I was unconscious. Unconscious? You mean sleeping or like literally unconscious? I feel bad that they came all this way for nothing. I wasn't even awake. Still taking time off, but I hope to go back and help them again soon. I found out that they were graduates from the, oh sweet dear God, Narcís Cruz Institute, and that made me really happy. They talked about the director and the vice director, as well as their adventures, and it made me feel like a kid again. The only detail that didn't make sense was the cake the vice director made, because it felt like punishment when we had it. My throat is starting to go. After the disaster, I lost contact with pretty much all my friends. What disaster? I'm so happy that they were able to find each other again. I wonder how my friends are doing. They're probably trying to rebuild the Narcís Cruz Institute. It sounds Snezhnayan. Well, Mondstadian, but Snezhnayan. Next time I'll go check it out. Talked about the thinking machine again. I had an idea about making a thinking camera. Still yawning. So that it would take photos of those precious to him while he's busy. He thought it was kind of pointless, but that it had security and surveillance applications. They did it! The light bulb came on! I was lucky to have recovered in time to witness this historical moment. It's quite a pity, but I hope Renee and Jacob will make the breakthroughs of their own on their own research topics. I also hope they get better assistance than me. No clear symptoms. Took the day off. There were several visits while I was unconscious. It's a shame. All I could do is read the letters I left behind. Jacob left me a note inviting me to his and Renee's lab. There's something they want to talk to me about. I hope I can get out of bed soon. Anne brought... It's the first time he names her! Although interesting that they're Alan and Anne. Why are they A and A? Brought flowers for me, but they'd already wilted by the time I woke up. Took the day off. They wilted in less than a day? Do flowers do that? Jesus. I was able to get out of bed today. This is where I first met Alan. For a time afterwards, my first time standing here, I documented the experimental procedures. I told you. I mustn't breathe probably when I read so much. It makes me yawn. Phenomena based on his oral descriptions. He was trying to start up the machinery below in an ill-fitting lab coat. Renee and Jacob later entered through that door, and Alan would temporarily forget to act like the young genius and rush towards them like an energetic kid. How old is Alan, by the way? I found myself witness to the first successful controlled annihilation reaction. The brilliant light cast a deep, dark shadow, and I believe history was made in that moment. Can someone like me, so excited I knocked over the ink bottle, play a role in such a historical event? Behind the locked door on the other side is Renee and Jacob's lab. Lab. It seems access was limited due to the dangerous nature of their research. They are destined to become towering figures in history. I guess Alan moved to another lab. Based on his plan, once the energy problem was solved, he would study kinematics. I'll go greet him later. I wonder how Anna's doing. I wonder what kind of beautiful woman she will grow up to be. I'll stop writing here. I don't have much time left. I hope everything goes well. Good grief, what is wrong with this dude? He has some serious issues. They're gonna open? Yes. Okay. Come along, Virgil. Brilliant. Now we can continue further into the Institute's depths, as expected of a seasoned adventurer. Aren't we investigating the forum? So is it a forum or an institute? Sorry, I misspoke. And forgive me for asking this out of the blue, but did either of you ever run into anyone who was looking for me? Or did you tell anyone else about our encounter? Is he gonna kill us and leave our bodies to rot here in the water? Paimon doesn't think so. What's wrong, Virgil? Do you owe someone a ton of Mora? Oh, no, of course not. It just occurred to me that I should let you know that there are many greedy goons who are also after the Lilia Crucis Forum's secret treasure. They're very different from us. They're willing to do anything to achieve their goals, so I've always refused to work with them. As they know the most about the treasure's whereabouts, they have me in their sights. I spent a long time hiding from their prying eyes and looking for partners I can trust. It is my luck to have finally met you two, my dearest friends. You think he's laying on a little thick intentionally? Huh. So that's what's going on. In any case, I'm just relieved to hear that you never told anyone else about me. Whew. I just know I picked the right people to be my partners. Only your best friends can be relied on to keep your secrets. Yep. Don't worry, Virgil. We won't tell anyone else about you. I have complete confidence that you will never ever tell another soul about me because we're gonna die, yo. That's why he has complete confidence. Let's go. The treasure's waiting for us. Yep. Here we come, treasure. Paimon, the minute we find it, he's gonna shank us in the back. Virgil, do we really have to continue looking for soaked pieces of paper? Oh, that. Well, no, not anymore, unless you're interested in that sort of thing anyway. Huh, didn't you say that things that are soaked rotten have their soaked rotten value or something? Yes, I suppose to your friends you could say something like, the situation has changed. Really? Well, you're local, so we'll take your word for it. No, just get the arse in the water. This way, actually. We're already facing the correct direction. Bye. I want this Hydroculus. Hey! It's pretty the way the light reflects. Okay, should I just go in blind? No? Hi, I just want this. Thanks. Oh, but your friend's trying to kill me, which I don't really appreciate. Oh, we have to go that way. There's nowhere else to go. Okay. Why are you trying to attack me, man? Nope, he's trying to defend himself. From what, I don't know. I never threatened this dude. Oh, isn't this water? Oh, there. Gosh. Thought I was going crazy for a second there. Isn't the music pretty? Oh, I have a crab. Excuse me. Thanks. I don't know how to get rid of these ones. I never found out how to get rid of two at once. Oopsies. How do you do these? I didn't understand the instructions when the game gave them to me. Oh, I'm supposed to get... It's like God of War. That's what that's like. Oh, is this going to be timed? I don't do well with time challenges. Oh, oopsies, wrong way. Open the chest in 30 seconds. But what if there's more to, like, see and explore? Oh, that was super duper easy.
Not bad, as far as treasure is concerned.
It wasn't exactly hard. Defeat the clockwork mecha. Well, they don't seem inclined to hurt me. I need a key. No. Off the wall, you twit. Chest with nothing in it? Phew, we must be getting close to the treasure. After all, we've already run into the guards. The Fontaine's achievements are as numerous and dazzling as the stars in the sky. The clockwork mecha are undoubtedly the most exquisite of them all. Though, perhaps I shouldn't overpraise. One of the most exquisite. See, with these camera angles, they're doing weird things in this particular event coastline. You must have travelled via Aquabus when you visited the court, correct? Tell me you've seen the intricate steambird as well. Actually, I have not seen the steambird. In Fontaine, even blacksmithing is done by mecha. Why, the Maison Gardiennage didn't even have to lift a finger to beat me up. They just sent out some Gardamex. It hurt so much, there was no choice but to submit. Beat you up? I mean, beat up the bad guys. Why would they ever beat me up? Because you're a bad guy. Well, if mecha are already so advanced, then surely the people of Fontaine don't need to do anything for themselves anymore. I could just leave everything to the machines. That's a good one, my dear friend. You're just adorable. It's a lot cheaper to hire a human than buy a clockwork mecha. Or to put it another way, no one and nothing can infringe on a Fontaine citizen's right to work. Paimon, why don't you show him that trick of yours again? And which trick would that be? Beep, contract, beep. Ha ha ha! How fascinating. In any case, though, I think everyone would agree that humans and machines are not the same. Though all the places we've been have their own charm too. It's not like Fontaine is just better than everywhere else, right? My friend, surely you cannot be serious. How can there be any place in Teyvat that's better than Fontaine? Pam was just trying to say that other places are also really special too. Virgil, have you ever set foot outside of Fontaine? My dearest Paimon, you should know that there's an old saying of Fontaine. All waters lead to Fontaine. Yeah, I had a feeling that it was starting to go a bit Roman, randomly, when they were talking about a forum, and now we've got a Roman phrase. Great. It's not the people of Fontaine who should go out and see the world, but all the world who should come and witness Fontaine's glory. Don't get it backwards. But that doesn't help them get very cosmopolitan now, does it? Or cultured, for that matter. They must be very narrow-minded. Do people really say that? Of course they do. Anyway, my friends, why don't we keep going? The treasure's still waiting for us deep inside these ruins. Yeah, let's go, Lunara. This guy's still planning to kill us and, like, leave the bodies. I don't like it.